In the next half hour, we'll present the daily 3-digit drawing and the weekly lotto draw. And someone will win $50,000 on Cash Explosion.
Tonight, one of these 7 people is going to go home with $50,000 on the Ohio Lottery's Cash Explosion. And here to give the money away are Bob Grassi and Sharon Bicknall.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Cash Explosion.
Oh, this is wonderful. I love doing this, and I'm sure that these players want to get started on their race to that $50,000, too.
I'm sure they do, Sharon. They each hold a Cash Explosion lottery ticket on which the word entry appeared 3 times. Their tickets were drawn on the air last week, and here they are, trying to get into the green. One of them is going to be our big grand prize winner tonight.
And they are all winners because each is guaranteed $1,000.
At least $1,000. And there are other great prizes, too, all made right here in Ohio, including a brand new car. And our 7 finalists are here because of purchasing a single lottery ticket. Next week, it could be you.
From our state capital, meet player number 1, Jim Wallace. Now retired, Jim likes to read, listen to classical music, and attend exercise class. If he wins tonight, Jim wants to pay off some bills. Player number 2 was born in Casablanca, Morocco. Now a resident of Columbus, Ruth Ganoon is a pharmacy technician. She's also studying retail marketing and enjoys dance. Our 3rd contestant considers himself semi-retired. He's Simon Taubman of Cleveland Heights. Simon sells seasonal merchandise part-time and enjoys swimming, bowling, and taking walks. Say hello to player number 4, Ray Laval of Parma. Ray has 3 children and runs a grocery store. If he hits the jackpot, Ray wants to take his family to Florida. James Jensen of Middletown is player number 5. Jim and his wife Betty have 3 boys. He works as a mechanic and likes to go fishing and motorcycle riding. Player number 6 was voted Woman of the Year by the American Businesswomen's Association. Jean Williams manages a dry cleaners in Lancaster, Ohio, and enjoys playing the piano. Before she retired, player number 7 was a school bus driver. Now Evelyn Venters of Xenia enjoys spending time with her grandchildren. If she hits the jackpot, Evelyn will visit her son in Hawaii.
Interesting, folks.
Oh, yes.
Each player has a home partner randomly drawn from registered Ohio driver's licenses. The partner of our $50,000 winner tonight will win $500. Tom Bush, who are our home partners?
Playing with Jim is Delise Delacaros from Maslin. With Ruth is Anthony Sturwolf of Cincinnati. With Simon is Celine Dada from Springfield. With Ray is Jane Klusman from Strongsville. With Jim is Joseph Pavelko from McDonald. With Jean is Catherine Gartz of Northwood. And with Evelyn is Connie Bowles from Columbus.
We'll be back to play Cash Explosion right after this.
here's how we play Cash Explosion.
The object is to be the first to reach the top of the game board and to get into the green. Our players will move up or down in their own lanes by using these move cards that tell them how to move on each turn.
Now, they all hold the same identical cards, which were shuffled before the show, but the winner will be the one who chooses the right combination of cards.
The catch is they have to get into the green exactly. They can't have too many moves or too few.
And if a minus card lands a player directly back to square one, they will hear this sound. I don't like to hear that.
I don't either.
That puts them out of the game, unfortunately.
But hidden someplace on the game board are 2 bonus squares chosen at random before the show, and a player landing directly on one of those squares could win one of these great prizes.
A 1987 Camaro Z28 Sports Coupe, loaded with the IROC Z Performance Package, a 5-liter injected V8 with an automatic transmission and overdrive, cloth interior, AM/FM stereo and cassette player, and power everything, worth more than $17,000. Made at the Norwood plant, Norwood, Ohio. And a fur coat. A full-skin, natural Silver Cross Fox, a unique new breed combining the gold of the Cross Fox and the natural tones of the Silver Fox, featuring the new low shawl collar, a one-of-a-kind coat valued at $6,000.
I'll tell you what, we've got an audience that is really in the spirit of things tonight. And all 7 players receive a certificate good for a getaway at an Ohio State Park lodge, like this one at Deer Creek. And now, let's play our game. We start each round with the next successive player, but we begin round number 1 with Jim Wallace. Now, Jim couldn't be here with us tonight, so standing in for him from the offices of the Ohio Lottery is Patty Sawyer. Remember, players, don't pick your card until I ask you to. Patty, pick a card, any card at all, in any order that you wish, and good luck to all of our players. Go ahead, Patty. And Patty, playing for Jim Wallace, picks a 3 to start things off. And we'll go to our player number 2, and that is you, Ruth. Go ahead and show me your first card. And Ruth also picks a 3. And she moves right up the board. Simon, we're up to you. Go ahead and pick a card, any card at all. And Simon gets a 3. And we've got a 3-way tie for the early lead here in round number 1. Ray, we're up to you. Show me your first card. And Ray gets a 2. Not too bad the first time around. Jim, go ahead. Show me your first card. Jim gets a 2. Everybody doing pretty good so far early in the game. Gene, show me a card. Gene gets a -1. Now, Gene, you can't move off the board. You're already there at square one. That's really not a bad play at this particular point in the game. It's very early, so you'll stay right there at square one. You can't move off the board. Evelyn, your turn. Go ahead and show me your first card. She gets a 2. So Evelyn moves up the board. That is the end of round number 1. We'll begin round number 2 with our second player. That's Ruth. Ruth, go ahead. Show me another card. Right from the front of the box this time. And she gets 2. So Ruth takes over the lead here early in the game in the second round. Simon, show me your next card. Simon gets 2. He moves up the board. Keeping pace with Ruth. We got a good game going. Ray, your turn. Show me another card. And Ray gets a 1 this time. So Ray's right behind the leaders, doing okay. Jim, we're up to you. Your next card. Any card at all. Jim gets a 1. So he moves right along. That brings us to Gene. Gene gets a -3. Now you got 2 minus cards in a row. I'll tell you the same thing I told you the first time. You're at square one. You can't minus out or move off the board, so you will stay right there. You'll continue to stay at square one. That may be pretty good positioning at this point in time. We'll find out. Evelyn, your turn. Go ahead and show me your next card. Evelyn gets a 3. And Evelyn ties for the lead. We have a 3-way tie. We're back to Patty, who is stand-in for Jim Wallace. Go ahead, Patty. Show us a card. Patty gets a 1. And that brings us to the end of round number 2. Let's begin round number 3 with our third player. That's Simon. Simon, show us your next card. Simon gets a -2. Now, Simon's way up there on the board, so that slows him down a little bit. But he's still doing quite well. No point to panic just yet. Ray, your turn. Go ahead and show us your next card. And Ray gets 1, so he moves up the board. Brings us up to Jim. Jim gets a -1. That slows you down a little bit, Jim, but it doesn't hurt you too badly. Jeannie, you've had nothing but minus cards so far. Let's see what you can do this time. You get a 1, and you finally move off square one, and you're on your way towards $50,000. Evelyn, that brings us to you. Your next card, any card at all. Evelyn chooses a 2 this time. Evelyn, you are within 3 of the green now. Pick a 3 next time, and you're in the green for $50,000. We're back down to the first row, and that's Patty playing for Jim Wallace. Go ahead, Patty. Patty chooses a -3. Ooh, very close to square one, but you're still up there and doing okay. Ruth, we're up to you. Your next card, please. Ruth, right from the front of the box, gets a 1. So Ruth advances 1 more square. That brings us to round number 4. We'll begin round number 4 with our 4th player. That's you, Ray. Go ahead and show us a card. Ray gets a 1 this time around. And Ray moves up the board. Jim, you're next. Another card, please. And Jim gets 2. So Jim's moving along. Jean, your turn. Jean gets 2. I'll caution you players, don't pick your cards now until I ask you to, okay? Evelyn, your turn. Go ahead and show us a card. Evelyn gets a 2. Oh, Evelyn, you are within 1 of the green. You are within 1 of the green at $50,000. Back down to Patty, who's playing for Jim. Patty, your next card. Patty gets a -2. Oh, Patty, well, I'll tell you what, though. You can't move off the board, though, Patty. You're 1 square above square one. You can only get back to square one, so you'll stay right there. The -2 is not going to hurt you at all. Ruth, we're up to you. Another card, please. Ruth gets a 1. So Ruth moves along, and Ruth is now within 3 of the green. A 3 next time, Ruth, and you're in the green for $50,000. Simon, go ahead and finish us up here in round number 3. And Simon gets a 1. That was round number 4. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. That was round number 4. We'll come back to finish up our game in just a moment. Right now, though, stay tuned for the 3-digit drawing coming right up. Don't go away.
Winning an Ohio Lotto jackpot really change your life?
Nah. You could still drive to work every morning, just like always.
Get it in gear. Play Ohio Lotto.
You know, I always said, okay, if I ever won the Super Lotto jackpot, I'd buy myself a little place in the country. Oh, well, I love the country, isn't it?
Play Super Lotto and get away from it all.
Hello, I'm Karen Harris coming to you live to bring you tonight's winning 3-digit number. And first we have a 0. And next a number 2. And finally a number 7. So tonight's winning number is 027. If you match this number straight or in a box combination, you're a winner. Please stay tuned. I'll be back in just a few minutes to select winning numbers in Ohio Lotto. Tonight offering a jackpot to win $1 million.
Before we begin round number 5, let's recap the first 4 rounds if we can. Take a look at the board. We've got Evelyn in the lead, just 1 square away from the green now. If Evelyn chooses a 1 on her next card, she is in the green for $50,000. Ruth is in 2nd place right now, and Ray currently in 3rd place. So we've got a pretty good game going. We're going to start round number 5 with Jim. Jim likes to fish. Where do you normally fish?
I usually fish Lake Erie.
Lake Erie, do you?
Yeah.
You have a boat up there?
No, a friend of mine, Bud, does.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you come up here to fish, huh?
Yeah, walleye fishing.
Well, walleye fishing is good fishing.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, Jim. Choose your next card, the first card in round number 5. Go ahead and show it to us. Your next card is a 1. That moves you up the board pretty nicely. And you're not doing too badly. We're up to Jean. Jean, you're doing okay in this game so far, but you could use a large number right now. Go ahead and show us another card, a -2. Oh, that's going to slow you down a wee bit, Jeannie. You've picked a lot of minus cards here so far. Doggone it. Okay, we're up to Evelyn. Evelyn, I will remind you one more time that if you choose a 1 right here, you're in the green for $50,000. You feel lucky?
Sort of.
Sort of? We're going to find out how lucky you are in just a second. Go ahead and pick your next card. And good luck. A 2. That's one too many. You're going to stay right where you are, Evelyn. You have to get in there exactly, as we say so many times. And now we're up to Jim Wallace, and playing for Jim is Patty. Patty, you could use a large number here to help Jim out a lot. Okay, go ahead and show us your next card. And Patty gets a -1. Oh, doggone it. That's going to take you all the way back to square one. Jim Wallace winds up with $1,000, and our thanks, Patty, for sitting in, or standing in, I should say, for Jim Wallace today. Thank you very much. Nice round of applause for Patty. That brings us to Ruth, who is in second place. Ruth, a 3 this time gets you in the green for $50,000. Show us your next card. It's a 3, but it's a -3. That's going to slow you down a little bit. That brings us over to Simon. Simon, you need some help here. A couple of large numbers would help you out. Next card is a 2. That's going to help out a little bit. That moves you right up the board. And now we're over to Ray. Ray, you could use a couple of large numbers also. Show us your next card. A -1. That slows you down a little bit also. Okay, that is the end of round number 5. We will begin round number 6 with Gene. Okay, Gene, you're way down there in last place right now. A 2. Okay, that moves you up the board, okay. Remember, Gene, don't pick your card until I ask you to. Evelyn, again, I will remind you. You feel luckier this time?
Not really.
Well, let's see how lucky you are. Pick a 1 and you've got $50,000. It's another 2. Oh, another 2. You'll stay right there. You're getting too many there. Too many. Okay, brings us down to Ruth. Yes, it's your turn already. Ruth said, is it my turn already? It is. Go ahead and show us your next card. A 1. Okay, that moves you along. You're still very much in the game. Simon, your turn. Another card, please. Simon gets a -1. That slows things down a little bit for Simon. Did that minus off of there okay? All right. So now we're up to Ray. Ray, it's your turn. Go ahead and show us another card. Ray gets a 2. That moves him up the board okay. And we're back up to Jim. Jim, let's see where you are there. You could use a couple of large numbers here. Let's see what you can do. Chooses a 2. That's going to move you up the board okay. And Gene, that is the end of round number 6. We'll begin round number 7 with our 7th player. That will take us over to Evelyn. Evelyn, we're back to you, and you need a 1.
I know.
What do you think? You got people in the audience rooting for you.
I don't know.
Go ahead and show us another card. A 1! You did it! You did it! Yes! You did it! You got $50,000. Come on down the steps here. Be careful. Come on down here. Come on down here. Who is this fella right here?
My brother.
Your brother. Come on up here. Come on up here, brother. He nearly squeezed all the air out of her. We'll come back to talk to Evelyn, our $50,000 winner, right after this. Don't go away. Before we talk to our $50,000 winner, I want to show you our game board and show you exactly where the two bonus squares were. They were in Simon's lane on the number 2 square and in Evelyn's lane. Evelyn, you had a bonus square over there. Well, we won't know that, Evelyn. Would you have taken the car? Yes. She would have taken the car, she says. All right. Listen, by the way, your home partner, Connie Bools of Columbus, Ohio, wins $500, so you help somebody else out as well. And here to make the presentation of your $50,000 check is the marketing director for the state lottery. This is Mr. David Gale.
Evelyn, how are you? You must be great now. On behalf of the Ohio Lottery, I'm pleased to present you with this check. And I wish you and your family and your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren best of luck with this.
Thank you.
I've got 2 other things I want to say real quickly, Bob. First of all, Super Lotto jackpot's $15 million this coming Wednesday, so get your wagers in early. And finally, this game's been such a success that some of our players are having problems getting tickets at our agent locations. Call the regional office. They'll be able to direct them to a location where they can purchase them, and we're going to have a new supply out there next week. So best of luck to all of our players.
And thank you very much, David. You know, a winning lottery ticket can make lots of things happen in a person's life. We'll show you how as we visit with a former winner right now.
It was a dream come true for Bill and Kathy Lundeen, who live just outside Youngstown in Poland, Ohio. Now enjoying a carefree life on Lake Erie shores, the Lundeens hit all 6 numbers in the weekly lotto game, winning over $5 million in cash.
When those numbers came out, we couldn't believe it. I mean, it's just one of those things. You know, they must have made a mistake.
Just don't believe it's true. You can't believe it.
I never had anything in my life, you know. I didn't even win a bar of soap, you know what I mean?
Bill, a retired GM worker, played his ticket at a local newsstand. Once he discovered he had a winner, Bill made sure the ticket was safe.
So we put it in the ironing board cup. Anybody who's going to steal that ticket, they're going to have to iron my clothes.
The Lundeens still have their original home and keep in touch with family and friends, but winning the lottery has changed their lives.
We led a fairly normal, quiet life, I think, before the lottery. And now it's exciting.
I love fishing. I always wanted a place up on Lake Erie. I got my boat. My dream is answered. I go fishing every day.
Being financially independent is wonderful. I feel that winning the lottery helped us to fulfill the American dream.
Oh, that must be wonderful.
It is wonderful. She was really excited. And now it's time to spin the bonus wheel.
Each player left in the game gets $1,000. Now, they can take their money in cash or they can risk it for a chance to spin our bonus wheel.
They could win a $4,000 motorcycle, a Whirlpool tub, a brass bed and mattress, a $4,000 tanning bed, a home exerciser, or some ceramics and jewelry, all made right here in Ohio. Or there are various amounts of cash.
Now, most of the prizes on the wheel are worth more than $1,000, but as you can see, a few of them are worth a little bit less.
That's right. And our first player is Ruth.
All right, Ruth, I have got an envelope here with $1,000 in it. Now, you can take this envelope or you can take a chance on spinning the wheel. What are you going to do? Audience?
Take the envelope.
You're going to take the envelope and take your $1,000. Ruth, thank you very much. Congratulations, and thanks for playing Cash Explosion. Simon, same offer goes to you. I've got a whole pocket full of these envelopes.
I'll take the envelope.
You're going to take the $1,000. All right. We got another one. There you go. Thank you. All right, Ray.
Well, I don't know if anybody seems willing to take a chance or not.
No chance. I'll take the envelope.
You're going to take the envelope for $1,000 also. Okay. Thank you very much, Ray. Congratulations. Jim, like I said, I got a whole pocket full of these envelopes here. In fact, I got 2 of them left. One for you and one for Jim.
Join the crowd.
You're going to take one.
Yes.
All right, good. Good luck to you. Congratulations. Jeannie?
Well, this is our last chance. I don't know. Go ahead. Ask that magic question, Bill.
No, I want the money.
You want the money? Okay, Jeannie. Congratulations, and thank you very much. Off you go. Nobody willing to take the chance. That's really surprising. Tell you what, stay with us, because after this message, we'll have the Ohio Lotto drawing coming right up. Don't go away.
I can't believe it.
We're back again, now ready to pick winning Ohio Lotto numbers. Inside this machine are 40 balls, and when I release from the first 6 balls to enter this to reveal tonight's winning numbers. And here they are. And tonight's winning numbers are number 22, number 2, 27, 36, number 9, and number 29. If you've matched all 6 numbers, you win or share tonight's $1 million Ohio Lotto jackpot. You're also a winner if you've matched 5 of the numbers or 4 of the numbers. If you've matched all 6 numbers, please contact the Lottery Regional Office. If you've matched 4 of the numbers or 5 of the numbers, redeem your ticket at a lottery number game sales agent. All drawings are certified by examiners representing Thomas E. Ferguson, Auditor of State. Now back to the show.
Tonight, you saw Evelyn Benders win $50,000.
Now, let's see who's going to be playing next week. These are all our cash explosion tickets that contain the word entry 3 times. We'll pull 7 out of our drum to determine next week's 7 finalists. Sharon?
All right, but why don't you reach in there and make sure... Oh, I think we got them all.
Yeah, looks like they're all down in there.
Our first one?
So our first contestant next week is going to be Burdell Binder from Helena, Ohio. Our second contestant next week will be Scott Hughes from Xenia, Ohio. That's contestant number 2 next week. Contestant number 3 next week, Kiko Nakata from Willoughby, Ohio. That's contestant number 3 next week. Contestant number 4 will be Rudolph Spear from Euclid, Ohio. Contestant number 5 next week, Rick Van Dyson from Elmira, New York, will be our contestant next week. And Doris Rainey from Elyria, Ohio, will be contestant number 6 next week. And I think we got one more to come, is that right? And contestant number 7 next week will be Margaret Bortz from Youngstown, Ohio. They'll all be here next Saturday.
And so will we.
Have a great week, everybody. See you next week on Cash Explosion. Thank you.
In the next half hour, we'll present the daily 3-digit drawing and the weekly lotto drawing, and someone will win $50,000 on Cash Explosion.
Tonight, one of these 7 players will go home with $50,000. And here are the folks with the money, Bob Grossi and Sharon Bicknell.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Cash Explosion.
I don't know, Bob, are you ready to give away all that money?
I think I am, Sharon. Each of our players held a Cash Explosion lottery ticket on which the word entry appeared 3 times. Their tickets were drawn on the air last week, and here they are to try to get into the green and be our big grand prize winner.
That's right, and they are all winners because each of them is guaranteed at least $1,000.
And there are other great prizes along the way, too, all made right here in Ohio, including a brand new car. Now let's meet our 7 lucky lottery players.
He's an electrician by day and an actor by night. Meet Burdell Binder of Helena. Bert's currently in rehearsal at Fremont Community Theater and is also building his own home. Scott Hughes of Xenia is player number 2. He enjoys reading historical war books and going to the movies. Scott is single and works in construction. Player number 3 is a native of Japan and has lived in America for 10 years. Now a U.S. citizen, Keiko Nakata lives in Willoughby and is a registered nurse. From Euclid, welcome player number 4, Rudolph Spihar. Rudy's a former meat cutter now enjoying retirement. If he wins the jackpot, Rudy would like to visit his relatives in Yugoslavia. Player number 5 comes to us from Elmira, New York. Richard Van Duzen is a long-distance truck driver, and he says he buys a lottery ticket every time he stops in Ohio. One of her favorite hobbies is playing the lottery. Say hello to contestant number 6, Doris Rainey. Doris has 6 children and 1 grandchild. She also works as a waitress in Elyria. Player number 7 is Margaret Bortz of Youngstown. Marge enjoys ballroom dancing and ceramics. She's retired and belongs to the Mount Carmel Senior Citizens Group.
All right, each player has a home partner drawn at random from Ohio licensed drivers. Our grand prize winner's home partner tonight is going to win $500. Not bad. Yeah, Jim Pidcock, who are our home partners this week?
With Bert is Ralph Centony. With Scott, David Dittman. With Keiko, Nedra O'Brighter. With Rudy, Vaughn Ashcraft. With Dick, Daniel Andrews. Playing with Doris is Loretta Chapman. And with Marge, Michael Hinsman.
We'll be back with our race to the green right after this.
Don't go away. We're coming right back.
That's right.